This is something very interesting, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the author, not the artist Boichi, the author, Riichiro Inagaki of Dr. Stone, has a new work in a totally different magazine, in a totally different publication than Shonen Jump and Shueisha. Y'all know that Dr. Stone ran for a good bit, and in fact, it kind of doesn't even feel like it's over, like they just had that special chapter or whatnot, but it seems as though either contractually or morally, I don't know what has changed in, the manga industry or whatever, but I've noticed that a lot of authors are a little more free to jump to other publications, where in the past it was, yo, you with us, and they would be looked at, in my opinion, as traitors if they left. That's just how I felt when I would see it, like, oh damn, they really ain't gonna rock with them. So it's very interesting to note that Riichiro Inagaki, similar to Boichi, where he went to another magazine and for sad reasons couldn't continue on with the manga that he was doing. Now Riichiro Inagaki, it says here, IT Thriller, or IT Thriller, I'm not sure, a Trillion Game by Dr. Stone writer Inagaki Riichiro and Ikegami Ryoichi is on the cover of the Big Comic Superior issue 16 2022. And there's a French release for it or whatever, and it's just fascinating to see because, again, first of all, we saw Boichi, he went out of, his way and did a few other things with his art and kind of drawing other series and other publications, and now we see that Riichiro Inagaki is in Big Comic Superior. So obviously Dr. Stone is over, they should ideally be free to do whatever, but considering the way that Jump is positioning Dr. Stone, that I wouldn't be surprised if a few years from now, if Dr. Stone has enough hype, they could even bring that shit back. But it's kind of cool also, and I'm happy for these creators that, yeah, go get the bag in Big Comic Superior or whatever, because I'm sure being Riichiro Inagaki, you can demand a nice hefty bag for, dog, I'm Inagaki, I did Dr. Stone, give me that fucking bag right now, I'll slap the shit out of you. But big ups to Riichiro Inagaki, again, a little series that he's working on. I'm not sure if this is a one-shot or what's the deal, but in Big Comic Superior, he got something called IT Thriller. So if you're into Riichiro Inagaki as an author, you like what he does, you might want to check that out. The art kind of looks interesting. It's a dude with a cool hairstyle, ponytail, surfing. So I don't know, it's a thriller of surfing. Okay, people, if everyone is not special, maybe you can be what you want to be. Zule, no. Mob Psycho 100 fans, now or never. Mob Psycho is apparently going to be premiering at Crunchyroll Expo. Its first couple of episodes, it says here, Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 Episodes 1 and 2 will be pre-screened at Crunchyroll Expo 2022 on August 5th. So not only do they got the Chainsaw Man trailer, they got this, they got a few different things. Crunchyroll is becoming a powerhouse. Like, I feel like as big of a thing as this is, which makes me really want to go to Crunchyroll Expo. Yo, Crunchyroll, what up? It's Big Fanev. We rock before the past. Hit me up. We can do some shit. But Crunchyroll Expo is looking to be big. And not only that, Crunchyroll itself is becoming a massive conglomerate ever since Sony bought it off and whatnot, because, yo, dog, you're getting exclusive premieres at your convention. Like, this is not something to sniff at. This is something where you already know they were complaining recently about Mob Psycho 100 Season 3's opening being leaked, and now they're putting out these episodes. High possibility they could get leaked too, although I'd imagine they're going to be watching everyone like a hawk in there. If you're going to Crunchyroll Expo and you're watching this right now, don't do it, dog. They're going to throw your ass out. They're going to smash your phone. They're going to have, I don't freaking know, one is going to come and just One Punch Man Saitama you to the face and grab your phone, dog. Don't do it. They're going to be watching out like a hawk. But yeah, episodes 1 and 2 of Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 are going to be premiered, which is good news as well. That means that Bones already has pretty much majority of the production, if not all, done and ready to go for the first couple episodes. That's great to hear. That means there's not going to be much, hiccups. Not that Mob Psycho has ever had hiccups, because for whatever reason, Bones decided, hey, we're going to put in all the works on Mob Psycho and make it great, which realistically that's how it should be. Wink wink, nudge nudge. My Hero Academia season 4 and 5, just saying. Okay, people, next up, in case you don't know, the original author of the Yu-Gi-Oh manga series, Kazuki Takahashi, recently passed away. It was according to coroner's reports due to a snorkeling accident. He was found on the shore in snorkeling gear, and really sad time, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh fans across the globe have been mourning and whatnot. And apparently, according to this, it says Weekly Shonen Jump editor and serialized authors pay condolences on the passing of Yu-Gi-Oh mangaka Kazuki Takahashi in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 34. And if you follow Forever News, definitely that issue, as long as I get my hands on it, I will let you guys know everything that is said, because this is a time of mourning for this author. He changed the world. Honestly, Yu-Gi-Oh! Ruled the United States especially for many years. The early 2000s all the way to like 08, I want to say. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was everything for kids and even adults around the world. I used to be 10 years old dueling against adults and shit like that. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans around the world, this is going to be a very special issue of Weekly Shonen Jump, paying respects to Kazuki Takahashi. And yeah, it's a sad time, but I'll definitely report on everything that is said, because I know a lot of people are mourning. Okay, next up, this is something of a small update, but definitely wanted to bring it to you guys' attention, because y'all already know one of the biggest festivals, one of the biggest stages where they announce like everything for anime and manga, or they supposed to. A few years they drop the ball, like they'll make a big Boruto stage and we get absolutely jack diddly squat. But Jump Festa, you probably heard of Jump Festa. You probably heard it from me a million times. Well, Jump Festa 2023 has been announced. It says here, Jump Festa 2023 will be held this year on December 17th and December 18th. A big event where lots of anime and manga announcements related to Jump Shueisha will be made. Again, this is where all the big stuff goes down, and it gives us a heads up now, even though we're all the way in July. But December 17th and 18th, which is usually the dates, it'll be happening. And I believe they're going to do a in-person as well. And man, if I could get my ass to Japan for that, I would love to give you guys live coverage. Even though I don't really know Japanese like that, I'd have a translator be like, yo, tell me what is said. Or I'll just have the phone with the Japanese to English translator app open and have everything said there, even though it's probably not the most accurate, but it would be a fun experience. And either way, I just would have a blast going to Japan for this. And yeah, Jump Festa 2023 already a confirmed thing, and I hope they do it a little bit different too. Hello, global simultaneous announcements for us, please. Thank you. Like, that would be huge and we would all love it. Like, I hate having to go to like X, Y, and Z backdoor sources to watch this shit, and it's not, well, that is not made for you. Then no, it is made for me, because I consume all of the products that they eventually are going to bring anyways. So yes, it is 1000% meant for people like me. I mean, for crying out loud, look behind me. Hello, people like me that love anime and manga. So make it globally simultaneous, easy. Let me go to the Jump YouTube channel and watch 5 stages at once, please. Okay, people, so you may have caught last week, we spoke about a lot of Jump authors are getting sick. A lot of Shonen Jump authors have been getting ill, whether they're in Shonen Jump, Jump Plus. It's been a travesty, to the point where I believe it was Stage S, a manga in Jump Plus, has to go on indefinite hiatus due to the author being sick. We know that World Trigger author is constantly sick. We know Yoshihiro Togashi, his back problems is legendary at this point because of all the stuff that has happened behind it. And now a newbie with Rui Dragon. It seems as though this mangaka is not catching a break, and in fact, so much so, the author actually did an apology letter. And yeah, there's more to it, but let's read. Apology letter to fans from Rui Dragon mangaka Masaoki Shindo. Sensei writes that editor commented that it kind of feels like the final chapter when the 5th chapter was submitted. Later on, they got sick and had to take a week off. He apologized for it since it's at very early stages of the series. I've been so flustered with all the firsts and things. I especially put off taking care of my health. I'm going to prepare myself to stay in shape during this time. Those who have been involved with Rui Dragon, to those of you who have read it, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, Ruri. Thank you for enjoying it, even though it just started. And then right after that, off the heels of the hiatus, it says Rui Dragon will be going on another break next week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 35, and the series should resume in issue number 36, which means that this isn't a false alarm. This isn't a fly-by-night thing. If the author got sick last week and is sick once again, yeah, this is not good, especially starting early on. If this continues on, like, yo, shout outs to the author getting these breaks. That's great. But if this continues to go the way it is, this author will eventually be a low priority for Jump, and they will look at it like, hey, got a good reception. A lot of people are talking about it, but the author can't, you know, do the weekly thing. So they could very well say, you know what? We're not going to pay much attention to it. We're going to give it the axe, or ideally, I would prefer for it to go either monthly or go to Jump Plus or something else. If the author can't work, if the author is getting too sick already early on, it might not be the best to be in Weekly Shonen Jump. And I'm not saying this as a dream crusher or whatever, but we know how Jump is. We know their axe there quickly. Like, yo, what? Your elbow itches? Somebody get the axe. Get this motherfucker out of our magazine quick. Like, they're really, really up in arms about any and everything. If you ain't charting well, you're out of here. here. If fans is backlashing, go on a 3-month hiatus. Get the fuck out of here. Like, they are really, really bad with it. So, sending best wishes and positivity to the author of Rui Dragon to get well. Please, I hope that they take the rest. I hope that that week they're not there like the legendary story of Yoshihiro Togashi where he was sick and he hurt himself and he was in the hospital drawing Yu Yu Hakusho. Please don't do that. Take that week and relax. Maybe, you know, you want to gather your thoughts. You want to write a note here or two, but ultimately, unplug. Sometimes you got to unplug. It was, I don't know, a week ago, for the first time in ages, I turned off all my devices, all my phones. I went out and I had an amazing time. And I felt when I came back so refreshed and rejuvenated. Take that week and relax and get better. Honestly, just get better. But yeah, people, author of Rui Dragon's apology letter and another break incoming for the series. If you're a fan of it, it's not looking good because we're just starting and already some breaks and health issues. Sending positive energy all around.